Another Chaos Central production. Chaos list. Starring my main man Nzo. 1/3 of three-headed monster we call the Chaos Central crew. This intro is by this show, the Chaos List. I hope you like it, bro. Here we go. The Chaos List is the name of the show, and the name of the host you know is Nzo. If you say something crazy, dumb, stupid, or wrong, it's a one-way trip to the fandom zone to be like Nzo. Hold up, I didn't mean it. Guess what, son? Your ass should have seen it coming. Gotta watch what you say, just like the Mandalorian. And this is the way. Monday night, 9 o'clock. Second Monday of the month. This is the spot. So get ready. Strap on in. The crew is ready, so let's begin. So let's go.
What is up, people? What is going on? Welcome to the Peacemaker breakdown. Yes, I know I don't have a Peacemaker intro yet, but I'm definitely working on it. Did I really do that?
I'm not sure we need to if the show don't pick up a little bit.
Facts. Facts, 100%. Right, tell me where they can find you, sir.
Yo, on 1/3 of Spoiler Kings, we go live Monday, Thursday, and Saturdays. And then me and Nzo are starting our new show, The Rewind, tomorrow. 9 Central, 10 Eastern. Well, he says the real time. It's gonna be a whole lot of fun. I cannot wait till we get started and you guys can join us, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Absolutely, guys. Make sure to check us out. I think you'll enjoy what we have planned going. And, you know, I think it'll pick momentum up as long as we keep sticking to it and keep doing it. It's something I think is definitely going to be very interesting and fun to watch. So make sure to check us out there. I am Big Afford Entertainment. As you know, I am here because we are here to talk about Peacemaker episode 2. And episode was called "A Man is Only as Good as His Bird." You know, I didn't really, until I said it out loud. I know it's talking about eagly, but a man is only good as his bird, and then you have the orgies and shit.
Exactly. Exactly.
James Gunn, what are you doing to us? What are you doing to us? Before we start, Brian, what did you think of this episode?
I mean, there was no story that was pushed on. There's no in-depth things. We didn't see the father. We didn't see, his brother. We didn't see anything about that other world to the end, really. There's a lot of jokes that didn't land for me necessarily. But the 12 Street Kids, that was cool. That was interesting. I feel like they were probably the only part that I enjoyed. Really, when I look at it, I feel like we start to understand how, 11th Street Kid, but that we start to see how important they are to each other, what family they are. That's why I thought that was really cool to watch. And besides that, it just was a lot of misses for me. So
I'm right there with you. And I do agree with you because I like the chemistry that they have together. You know, even at the end, so hardcore, she's all bruised up, but she's in the mirror, she's fixing her hair and stuff because Peacemaker's coming over. You know what I mean? So all of that was good. What's up, Tony? How you doing? Thanks for popping in. But the rest of it, oh man, we got nothing. I was like, what are we doing here? Like, this is the show? Okay. I was like, do I really want to do the Peacemaker breakdown tonight after this one? Because, boy, I don't know. What did you think, Tony? Did you like it? I don't know. It had issues, but it
It,
does start off. Yeah, go ahead.
it's weird because we're talking about breakdown, but when nothing happened, it's hard to break down. We're going to talk about what we saw, but a lot of it was just set up, I think, going forward before what we're going to get in the rest of the season.
Absolutely, 100%. Like there is really not much to break down in this episode, but we'll go through it. We'll talk about it. Let you guys know what we liked about it and what we didn't like about it. And he said, James Gunn just let Tim Meadows go wild. That was a problem. Oh, the episode was cool. Really, Tony? That was a
I
problem.
don't. I met Tim Meadows. I just, I felt like it was trying too hard. It
Me
wasn't
too.
like, when you hit these jokes and it's funny and it's ironic and all that stuff, I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
When it seems like you're trying to make it, like you look at the joke and the punchline, you're like, hey, you get it? I have
Yeah.
problems with that. I don't like those type of comedy things.
Same here, man. I thought he went way too overboard. He was trying to be, it felt like he was trying to be funny and it just wasn't hidden. Like the dialogue, the jokes, they were like weak. You know what I mean? And we're going to get into it because once he starts talking about, oh, I don't really know birds, I was like, oh my God, are you kidding me? That's
I
not
was
a real thing.
just being so disrespectful for everybody else was
That too.
bad to me. You can't do that, man.
Adebayo is thick. I know why he wanted to clap. Boy. Yeah, it's a little bit too thick for my likings, to be honest with you, Tony. But you know what I mean? It is what it is. So
Everyone has their own taste, man. I have no problem.
Oh yeah, 100%. Oh, 100%. Listen, that's not front.
She looks better than she did before. I'll tell you that much.
I agree. And I'm not ever gonna say I didn't. You know what I mean? Yes. I have hit a big woman like that. Yes, thick one like that. Yes. So, but at the end of the day, I think she's all right. I think I've seen better, looking ones that are thicker than her. But I get what you're saying, Tony. But the episode starts off. It's 8 months, and we see Rick Flag Sr., and he is being the leader of Argus. And the first thing he's asking for is what happened to his son. So I think this is stuff we already knew what was going to happen. But what was your reactions when you seen him going through the files? Like he gets the files, he's going through them, and you're getting flashbacks to what happened between his son, and then he just like pretty much loses it. What did you think?
It felt bad. Like see a man having to deal with the loss of his son, and you have all the notes exactly what happened, and understand that this could have been avoided. And you forget about Rick Flag Jr. was a hero. He was everything. He represented. He's better than his father. So and then for his father who wasn't there, he was out working all the time. To watch him just die, that was emotional. And I totally understand his motivation going forward.
And me too. And you know what's funny too? I know he blames Peacemaker, but if you go back to the Suicide Squad, Amanda Waller's to blame. Yes, Amanda Waller's the one to blame. She's the one who told Peacemaker to have the secret mission and make sure he gets the files and stuff like that, and to do whatever it takes to do it, right? So maybe they will end up having that conversation, right? Because I kind of think maybe
he's going to realize it, and it might even be with Rick Flag Sr. going to the other universe, seeing his son, talking to him, and him saying it's Waller. It's all Waller.
Yeah. 100%. Because Waller's not done. That's for sure. I don't know if we'll get her back in this season, but Waller is definitely going to be back 100%. You know what I mean? So it makes it interesting that he's probably going to have an issue with Waller. I think Peacemaker's probably going to have an issue with Waller too if she comes back as well, because he kind of
finding himself down. He's finding himself in separate from her and realize that she set him up in so many different ways.
Facts, 100%. I feel Rick Flag Sr. will be at odds with Waller because she's not letting him kill Peacemaker. Well, right now I don't know where they don't really say where she is,
going through hearings and all this stuff, but she's not out there right now. You know,
right. And if she has the power that she has, the hearing's not going to mean anything. That's like
she still
Trump
pull all the
basically.
strings from inside while going through all
Yeah.
that stuff. She still pull all the strings.
Exactly. So even if they do this hearing for her, she'll be back in charge. Maybe by the end of the season, I could see her coming back. You know what I mean? Be like a end credit scene at the end, or you see Amanda Waller walk in and like, oh, I'm back, bitches. Because she's definitely gonna want some lick back for what happened after the Suicide Squad.
You don't know what's going to happen, because what if the team comes back together and then Amanda Waller comes after Adebayo? Her daughter comes back after her daughter, because she's the one to set up all this emotion.
Set up everything, yeah. And also let out all of the information at the end of the season, right? She was the one that did the press conference and told everybody about what was happening. So she's gonna have an issue with that. I think that would have been something very good to explore in this season. You know what I mean? Her daughter and Amanda Waller, and how she's going against her daughter. I think that would have been good.
I don't know if it's possible that Kia or Adebayo's I don't know, ex-wife, I think it is.
Yeah,
whatever. They just broke up. I don't even know if it's ex, whatever. They just broke up. But what if Amanda Waller kills her?
Ooh.
And that's the reason why you brought her back. And we had that scene between them.
Ooh, that would be,
to get her back, I'm just going to kill her, and that's going to really affect it, because she has her team again. You have to end it. Say she has a team and they're all together. That's the best way to come out after her without having blowback.
I like that. That makes a lot of sense. I feel Adebayo is Waller's weakness. That's interesting to say, Tony. I don't know if it's her weakness, because we don't really know what kind of connection that they have together yet. You know what I mean? Like, Amanda Waller just seems like she doesn't care about anything, and that even goes for her kids.
And you see what she's doing to her kid, honestly.
Yeah.
She can't find a job. She's blackballed her. She's not be able to do anything.
Agreed. So I don't think she really cares, but it'll be interesting to see. This dance sequence just annoys the shit out of me, bro. It just absolutely annoys the shit out of me. So we get the title, says a man is only good as his bird, and then it starts off with, and I don't know why we had to have like 5 minutes of him trying to put the body into this hiding spot, and it just kept falling out. I'm like, bro, like, this is what we're doing? Like, that's right off the bat.
I said, when you look at, God, isn't that funny? Oh, look at, he's doing it again. Hey, he's looking at doing it again. That slapstick, and I feel like it was out of place.
Me too. It can work, but it just did not work here for me. I was just like, okay, can we get into this? You know what I mean? Yeah. He said, Nzo, I feel you. Now the intro is kind of annoying. Yeah, the dancing thing. I know Brian likes it. These guys love that
I like
shit.
the first season. I have no problem with it. But if you're gonna do something, I think it needs to be upbeat, kind of wonky, whatever you're gonna do it. But do it that way. When it's slow and there's no beat to it, it kind of winds down, and it's like, I don't know,
half of them can't fucking dance anyways. You know
that's
what I mean?
The whole point. I mean, you never seen it. You ever been to a white wedding?
Oh, 100%. No, I actually haven't, but I've seen.
100%. Like, like it's funny and it's awesome, and they don't care. They're having a good time. So that's why I have no problem with that. If you're doing it, up speed, up tempo, all that stuff, that's fine. You don't have to be on rhythm. You just gotta look like you're having a good time. That's what it is at a white wedding. So that's why I imagine it.
What Brian is hinting at, do not reflect the views of Bigger Ford Entertainment. All right, I'm just letting you know that that's a spoiler king thing. I am not gonna sit here and say white women don't got rhythm, because that's pretty much what he was saying.
I didn't say white women. I said white people as a
white
group.
People. Yeah, white people.
I've been with Tank for a long time. That man cannot. He does not have rhythm. No.
Tank. I hope you're watching Tank.
It's funny because like all his friends are like Puerto Rican. They're awesome, and he's like, and his girlfriend is she got. Nah, man.
She got rid of Tank. No. Thank you. Better go take some salsa lessons, brother.
He gonna come after me now, guys. Like dance battle. It's gonna be like, but my point is like you see like Despicable Me, the 3 with Gru and whatever the kid, whatever. But they dance. The dance battle is like that. You're right. It's not like it's not supposed to look good. It's supposed to look like they're having a good time. And when it's not up tempo, it doesn't look like you're having a good time.
I agree. I find issues with it as well too. But then we get Adebayo. She goes to her house and she sees her dogs and she's like, "Oh, I miss you." So we obviously know she hasn't been home for a while. And then her wifey walks up and asks her what she's doing here. And she thought that they were just on a break, but she is pretty much saying, "No, we're like over." You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, when she was like, "We're on a break," I thought we're on a break, and she says, "What's the difference?" I was like, "Yeah, you know what? Good question. What is the difference?" There's really none, because most of the times, and you guys know it is, when a woman says we're on a break, that shit is usually done. You know what I mean? There's a chance it could go back, but more times, you guys are done.
Me, I probably don't even hear when you say we're on a break. That means we're broken up. And I've seen. Look, me and my wife loves Friends, so I know about the break.
Yeah,
we were on a break. You said we were on a break. So.
Hey Tony, if Sweet Tooth would have came dancing out in that intro, I would have loved it. You know what I mean? If they were able to bring Sweet Tooth come and dance through that intro, yeah, you're right. I would have loved it. I said, okay, that's interesting, but we weren't doing that.
I don't think Sweet Tooth is gonna go around slow dancing.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
he'd be snapping necks.
Yep. But upbeat and he's doing stuff and he's whatever. That's fine. Yeah. Man, I have no problem with it.
Yeah. He'd be snapping necks too. Like all these people out there, he'd be snapping their necks.
You see bodies just being dragged out. Like
So I mean, do you think that I kind of like your theory about the Amanda Waller maybe killing her? But if that doesn't happen, you think they'll end up get back together, or you think that this is something that they're trying to have them move on?
I literally think this was only a plot device to show that they're broken up, but how Adebayo still really loves her. Like the last thing she said when she walked out of, "I love you."
Yeah.
And Kia, you can see that she obviously cares about her. She obviously loves her, but what she's doing, she's trying to hurt her because you hurt me. So that, but what happens if they ever get back together? Amanda Waller is going to stop it, and that's going to be the biggest thing to hurt her. She can't hurt Adebayo directly. So the best way to do it is to go after this thing that she loves.
But you know what I think is
loves her.
You know what I think is stupid though, right? Because it's like, I don't know, like, what did she really do? She's a secret agent. She couldn't tell her wife everything. You know what I mean? Like, she can't tell her that. But now, at least the wife could understand. Oh, this is why you couldn't tell me certain things. Instead of, you lied to me and I'm gone out of your life. Like.
It's stupid. It's no reason. But that's some people are just that way, right? Some people are just, hey, you're supposed to tell me everything. And what? No, I'm literally a fucking spy. I tell you, you have no way of protecting yourself. I'm putting you at risk. So no,
exactly.
I mean, she did. Adebayo did everything right within that case.
100%.
Trying to deal with it, but I think the whole point of it is still that you're giving Adebayo something that could be lost.
I agree. Showing that she still has a connection and she can lose something if that happens, If they show Waller blowing up Kia's brains, that would be cold. Yeah.
She's gonna be on a walkie-talkie said, take her out. And you see a sniper bullet just goes through.
100%. That would be fucking fire. You see, that's what I'm saying. But I just find, like, at least in these first 2 episodes, give us something to look forward to. Like, oh, this is the bad guy coming in. This is what they got to do. Just right now, we got nothing to where the plot is going of this show. And that's one thing that I find weird.
I feel like episode 1 was about reminding you where they are. Now, episode 2 is about, putting all the pieces on the chessboard. And then the rest of the season about moving these pieces around to get to where you need to go by the end of the season. So when we look back, we're going to understand why episode 2. I mean, if I'm gonna be honest with you, it kind of sucks.
Yeah, right. Yeah, 100%. But you're right. If they show something going forward, it's like, oh, okay, now what they did in the first 2 episodes makes sense. It still won't make it better for me because I think the episodes were kind of boring. But at the same time, I'll at least understand what you were trying to give me,
You
right?
have to
Right
set
now, it's just,
things up,
yeah,
for these things. So
yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
why I agree. Except, Tim Meadows, I just don't know what the fuck he's doing here, and there's nothing he's gonna say that's gonna make me want to enjoy him.
Facts, 100%. And I like Tim Meadows. I like him. I think he's funny, but I just, you know what I mean? Like, man, R. Waller hires Deathstroke or Bloodsport to kill KO. Oh, bring back Bloodsport. That would be fire.
That would be
That would be
interesting.
good.
So now Chris is no longer the main hitman for her.
Yeah,
They find another one.
yeah, I like that. I like that because, to be honest with you, we should get Idris Elba back. We should have him back in something. If this is the universe you want to put, and everything that, because Suicide Squad is a part of this universe too, right? The Suicide Squad. So the Suicide Squad is a part of this universe too. Then we got to get Idris Elba back. You know what I mean? We got to get him back in one of these. If not in the show, Peacemaker movie or Suicide movie or whatever you plan to do with that. But I don't know.
It's gonna
It
be
just
something
seems.
stupid, guys. It's still James Gunn, so it's gonna be like Polka Dot Man.
You know what I mean? And it's funny too because it seems to me like he just wants to do like this Superman family first, right? Because Supergirl coming out, I heard he wants to do like a crypto and all kinds of stuff, Superboy, and I'm like, Batman, Wonder Woman, you know what I mean? Can we
You need to
can we
do the
get
whole
them?
trilogy. You need to do the trilogy. It's too important.
Yeah, yeah. Can we get them? Like, that's who you should be going for next. We shouldn't be worrying about Superman 2, which is they're talking about he written it already and is ready to go on it. I'm like, wait, Superman 2? What
Well,
about Batman?
he's not going to write these things. That's why. I'm telling you what I know this is kind of get off topic,
I
but
hope not. Yeah.
I feel like if James Gunn can he needs to figure out a way to bring everybody together. So all
Agreed.
DC needs to be brought together. So you
Agreed.
need what you need to do. You need to bring back
100%.
You know?
100%.
I'm just
Ben
saying.
Affleck as Batman.
No, I'm saying no. You need to bring the whole world, that whole world, the Snyderverse, that world. You need to bring Zack Snyder in for a Batman movie.
I could see that. Yeah.
You do that, it's dark, it's gritty, it's up his alley. You're bringing that fandom into this new DC. You're bringing the family together.
Mm-hmm.
This is like you reaching out and say, I know we've had our differences, but we're still friends and we're going to make this work. Two parents saying we're going to make it work and we're going to bring it back so we can all enjoy this family together. We can still enjoy Christmas. That's what I'm thinking he should do. If he does that, I mean, DC could fire. We could go fire. I mean, and then remember, James Gunn is not going to write all and direct all this shit. Everything that's come out
he can't.
it's all been James Gunn.
Yeah. And he can. I get it. He wants to set the tone of the universe and everything. That is 100% fine. But I don't want this to be every type of movie. Like, I don't want every type of his movies to be like this, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Creature Commandos was good. I enjoyed it. It was an anime. It was still part of the universe. It was good. But it still feels like Peacemaker. It still feels like the Suicide Squad. You know what I mean? Like, too much jokey business and shock value stuff that he's trying to put into these things, because there was no reason in this episode. Tony will like it, but there was no reason to still have them naked people walking around the house.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, there was no reason for you to still have that, but still there. What, we're gonna it's just weird to me. It's just weird. I hope this gets better. So they end up having the conversation, and I like the fact that we're getting, because hardcore, this shit was hilarious. I think this is the scene that kind of hit. You know what I mean? Hold on, because I know stupid.
Don't crack now.
Stupid freaking ads are gonna play, so I'll just remove that for a second before it comes up. But I think that was what hit for me. When she went to the store.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if you have someone or you need help, we can help you. You know what I mean? like thought she got her ass beat by her boyfriend and shit.
Yeah, that's
I
what it
thought
looked
that
like.
was yeah.
And
I
then she
like
made all
that.
that whole fuss, right? And then she gonna see that help wanted sign, but she needs a job. She couldn't shut the fuck up. She just said,
Facts.
"Thank you so much." This whatever. Yeah.
Facts, 100%. Tony said, I feel if he does that, all the Snyder cultists will complain and say they want Zach to direct all the movies. Well,
If
you know
Zach
what?
comes back and Zach says, "I'm cool with just directing this. This is what I want. I want to be part of DC." What if you give Zach the movie and then Zach says, "I want you guys to be part of this," everyone will shut the hell up. Everyone will
Yeah,
say, "Okay,
100%.
you're not gonna say Zach, you're a traitor for not wanting to be yourself."
Facts. The only thing I have, because Tony is right? You're gonna hear, oh, James Gunn needed Zack Snyder to save his
Oh, you're gonna hear
universe
that.
because Superman didn't do so well and shit like that. And I mean,
But
at the
does
end
it
of the
but does
day,
it matter?
I
Because
was just about to say that.
James Gunn is like, I run the
Yeah,
entire
yeah,
studio. It does not
yeah,
matter
yeah,
to me.
yeah, yeah.
You can love it. I'm gonna bring Snyder together because it brings all of us together. At the end of the day, if we win, I win if we win.
Yeah, yeah. I was just about to say that. At the end of the day, it really doesn't matter what they cry and complain about, right? But it does at least give them what they wanted, right?
Mhm.
Zack Snyder doing something in the universe. It may not be his Snyderverse stuff, but at least he's doing something, right? And again, you have these multiple portals to another universes, so you
Exactly.
can do something with it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You don't just have to erase it for completely. You can do something.
Can you imagine if he does it better than what Marvel has done and this bullshit they've done? He has an opportunity to do that, but then you have to have different ideas
100%.
and then be the person with the whole umbrella. Like I'm the one who's putting this all together. But everyone else is still following my lead. I'm letting you be you, but it's only this part.
100%. And you know what could have been a good way to do it, right? Because remember in the first episode, he goes in, he sees this other Peacemaker. This one, he kills the other Peacemaker. That Peacemaker could have been the one from the original.
Season 1.
Yeah, exactly. Which was part of the DCE universe. You know what I mean? With Zack Snyder shit. And then this Peacemaker is from our universe. You know, he could have did that, but I don't know. It just seems weird. I would have definitely found a way to incorporate both because, and we're gonna talk about it tomorrow, which is the box office numbers, because I don't think a lot of the Snyderverse. I think it coming out too early on streaming service and them announcing that these movies are gonna come out 45 days like after they have a theatrical release, that stops people from going to see it. It's
28
just that
days,
simple.
Superman, before he goes
Yeah,
digital at home.
yeah.
28 days. But I know why. I don't want to go into the topic too much. I know why, but
hmm
28 days is not going to get you a $1 billion movie. So and to
100%.
say it's a failure or because it didn't beat Man of Steel, I think that doesn't make any sense because it's
I agree.
28 days.
I agree 100%. Not to mention, right? Everybody knew when it came out because it's 45 days. All these movies are usually coming on 45 days on streaming, right? And it's like, well, I can wait till it's 45 days. I'm not waiting 6 months. I'm not waiting 9 months anymore. I'm waiting 45 days. You know, back in the day, you had to wait. Those things didn't just come on streaming right away. So they were able to stay in the theater longer. And you felt like you needed to go see it because you're missing out, right?
And you're
Everybody's
gonna have a
watching
second
it.
run of it because you know you after
Yeah,
those first 2 months you're gonna have another run of there's gonna be a
facts.
lull of another movie and they're gonna say, well, the best movie out there is still Superman, so let me go and see this.
Facts. 100%. 100%. I agree with you. But I definitely enjoyed this scene. I thought it was funny. You know, she was like all concerned with hardcore, but then hardcore like pretty much just screams out there, get out of here, you know. So thought it was interesting. Um, it just shows that she still has her toxic masculinity, if you want to call it, right? Because someone was there at least trying to help you and you just snapped on him. So she's still not in a good headspace, you know? And I think maybe after the party at the end of this episode, she might loosen up a little bit, but it doesn't seem that way. It seems like something else is going to happen, which is going to make Peacemaker go into the other universe and try to get with that hardcore. You know what I mean? And he's going to realize she's not the same.
I think that's interesting because I was going to wait to get to the next thing, but I think what's going to happen is she is going to warm up to him. Even like when she saw Chris and you saw her looking at him, she was smiling at him and all that stuff. She's going to warm up to him, but he's going to want more now, and he's going to go to the other hardcore, which is going to pull him away from her. And then by the time she realizes it, it's going to be too late because he's too head over heels for this other one.
Ooh, that's interesting.
And then she has to be the one that goes and they pull him back because this universe needs him. Because without his negativity and all that stuff they going through his life, this world would end. I think they're going to almost make him be like an anchor being.
Ooh,
an anchor being. Yeah,
I like that because it'll show hardcore that she really cares about him, right? Instead of him just chasing after her. Now he's somewhere else, and you got to chase after him because you miss him, and you're gonna be able to, realize how much you care about Chris. And I like that. I think that makes more sense. Yeah, I think that makes more sense. But then we get the Economos, and Lord, they say we are going to give you, said last episode, we're going to have someone come in there, an agent come in there, and this agent is Tim Meadows, and
Langston
Tim Meadows
Fleury.
And he went straight Tim Meadows. I don't know if James Gunn wrote his dialogue or told him you could do whatever you want to do. Of course, obviously you can ad lib and stuff like that. I think he did a lot of ad libbing, but it did not work for me at all. What do you think, Brian? Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, it is interesting. I agree, Tony.
I didn't like it. And I think all of it was very stupid. So like I know everyone thinks it's funny. The idea that he can't identify birds, the fact that he's called all these these people names and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think it was funny, man. I thought it was just stupid. And not funny like stupid funny, but stupid is like you shouldn't be doing that. That's not anything that I need.
Agreed. This whole scene was supposed to be like the comic relief, and I'm pretty sure when they were directing it, they were all in the background laughing. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen. This is funny. But me, I don't think I had one laugh through this whole scene. Like not one. I didn't find any. And then when he said, "Oh, I can't identify birds," I'm like, "Well, then you're stupid, right? Then you're just stupid."
Was it big or was it small? You said I can't tell the difference between an eagle and a hummingbird. I was
You're fucking joking, bro. Yeah, exactly. Like, really? You know what I mean? Didn't he call it like a duck or something like that too? Yeah. And I'm like,
he couldn't identify eagerly. Like, what attacked you when we get to that scene?
Yeah,
I have no idea.
It was fucking ridiculous.
I got bird blindness.
So Peacemaker ends up calling his boy the Vigilante, right? Because he needs some help. And Vigilante comes in. Oh, thank God I just missed that part, right? Because there's a bunch of naked people over there. So we'll just skip over that part. But Vigilante comes in the house, and Vigilante, you can see, is kind of upset because Peacemaker didn't call him and they're not friends, and he's only calling him when he needs help.
Yeah, you don't call me when you need help, but don't want to call me when you have a party, bro.
Facts. Which I understand. You know what I mean? I understand. I think we all had friends like that where it's like, you never call me until one day you need something. Yep. You know what I mean? Then it's like you popping up all of a sudden. It's like, hey, I know what you want. So I get that. And again, those are the dynamics that I think if they build on can make it a lot better, right? Because again, I know people don't like Thor: The Dark World, but I love the dynamic between Loki and Thor in that movie and the stuff with the mom, and everything. I really enjoyed that. So I think if you can give us some good dynamic chemistry with these characters, I'll be okay with that. But as much as I liked Vigilante in the first season, so far I don't like him as much. I don't know why.
He was introduced as a superhero first, and then he had his cape on. He reminded me of Kick-Ass at the beginning.
Right.
First season. This is, you see him with the mask off, and you see him as who he really is.
I thought he was. I thought he was kind of funnier though in the first season. You know what I mean? Like the scene where they're outside the house and he's pretending like he's not Vigilante and stuff like that. I thought that was funny. I like that. I don't find the funniness in him this season yet. Anyways, it just started, but yet anyways, it feels more whiny than anything to me. But I've noticed that Vigilantes looks like an 80s serial killer. Facts. 100%. 100%. So they open up the door and then they get a notification about the portal being open, the pocket dimension being open. So it's time to call. They make their call.
Economos
And
want to say, "Do you want us to go investigate?" And he gets a call.
they tell him no.
No, yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
wait. And he just says, "Well, you gonna go to your party? Go ahead, go to your party. Make sure you're not late.
Yeah.
Make sure you pick her up on time." And then they tell Flurry, because it's like Flurry is his name right now.
Mhm.
Hey, we're gonna take a small team and we're going to go jump in, and we'll investigate without Economos because Rick Flag Senior doesn't trust him.
Right, exactly. And I don't even think I got to that part yet, but it's okay. I think this is when Adebayo comes in, and this is when he talks about how Adebayo was thick. There you go,
No,
Tony.
he said, yeah. He said, "Who was
Yeah,
that?
yeah. There you go, Tony.
We can slap them
Uh,
cheeks. Let's go."
Super Wise said, "I'm gonna give Vigilante some time, but yeah, so far season one, Vigilante was giving funnier material. I agree.
I think everybody's that same. Everybody's the same right now.
Yeah. Like you're saying, like better in season one so far.
Better in season one.
Yeah.
Only I will say, Peacemaker Chris, he's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Him himself in season 2 is interesting, and I think that's what it's all going to revolve around. So I'm interested in seeing what they do with that, but everyone else just seems, I don't know, not as funny as they were before.
I agree. And let me be real and say this, right? Because I hated John Cena as an actor. He's getting so much better.
He's getting much better.
He's getting so much better as an actor. Like, honestly, I know people want to hate on him because of the wrestling stuff and all of this, but he is getting really good as an actor. Emotional vibes and everything. Like, I can really be like, okay, you've been putting in the work, So I like that about him. Also, I agree. Season 1 did feel more funnier. Maybe James Gunn is tired. That's no excuse.
I think he's just
You know
going
what I
full
mean?
James Gunn, and no one should ever
Yeah,
go
me too.
fool yourself.
Facts.
You tell
Facts.
if Tim Burton is directing something, you said don't go full Tim Burton.
Facts. Like, I'm feeling like Taika Waititi vibes coming on here. I was telling Brian backstage, it's getting to that point to me, and I really don't want it to go that way. So I totally see what James Gunn was saying in terms of being impressed with how much John Cena improved as an actor.
100%.
He legitimately really good and showing some range. Facts.
He really
100%.
is. He's the only one that's doing it. Like, literally, I'm talking about all these stupid scenes. They're stupid, but there's scenes where he is emotionally there.
Yeah.
He is in the scene. He is that character. The joy, you see the joy, you feel the joy, the connection with each other person. I feel like the entire thing with the 11th Street Gang, the connection was there because of John Cena. His connection with each one of them, and he brought the best out of them. Man, I hated him.
Yeah, me too. As an actor, I hated him. But I could see the progression, right? Because I've seen a lot of John Cena movies. He's in the car one, Family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fast and Furious.
Furious.
That's it. Yeah. So Fast and Furious, right? And he got a little bit better in that, and then he was doing some other stuff. And I'm like, okay, you know what, John Cena? I can see you can do comedy and you can do serious acting, and that's huge. That's huge because not everybody can do that.
He might be a really good dramatic actor. I'm surprised about what we're getting from him.
Agreed 100%. This is why I'm so interested into seeing that new Rock movie, right? Because I know Rock is a good actor, but I know he's been doing the same type of ish over and over again, right? So now he's coming out of his frame to do this MMA movie or whatever, and I think he may be able to kill it in that. So we'll see, because I think I saw the trailer and some of the stuff, and it looked like he's doing some good stuff over there, but John Cena's really picking it up. Yeah. John Cena's picking it up there. So now Adebayo and Peacemaker are having the conversation, and he's telling
doesn't
him,
like Adebayo. It doesn't let her in the house.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that was hilarious though. I think that was funny. The way Eagly opened up the door and like kind of looked at her and was like, nah, you can't come in here, bro. You can't come in
Oh,
here.
I'm starting to think like, man, is Eagly racist? What's going on?
Facts. Facts. When he's falling apart, the group doesn't have purpose without him. Agreed.
100%.
Agreed. And the conversation that they have here, because I think Adebayo is a pretty good actress too, right?
Yes,
And I like the fact that, what's that?
I enjoy her. I really do.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I think she's good. And I think their chemistry is pretty much like the best chemistry, like as a group in the show. Her and Peacemaker's chemistry, I think it's really good. And I think that's why James Gunn had them be like so close because he could see the chemistry between the two. Like they roll off of each other so good, you know? So good. So good. So he's telling her, he actually tells her about, you know, the
Pocket.
portal and the
Mhm.
pocket dimension and everything. And she's pretty much telling him that he needs to tell or else they're going to treat him as a criminal and probably put him in jail again, which she's
Mhm.
giving him good advice.
Well,
You
she
know,
also
like
says that, hey, you're under 24/7 surveillance. I know from a
surveillance.
really
Yeah.
good source that they're
Yes.
always watching you. And he's like, I think we
Yes.
both know who that source is.
Yeah, exactly, right? So, which is good too, because like you said, again, it shows the connection between the family, even
Mhm.
though he's doing his own thing, the economist, he's still looking out for Peacemaker and the people that he built this relationship, right? The only reason why he's doing what he's doing is because he doesn't want to get fired. He wants to get paid. You know what I
Someone got
mean?
to have a
So
job here.
yeah, facts. 100%. So I think that's done really well. I agree with that. And I like I said, I like the conversation that they have. But here comes Vigilante. And he just walking up with the cleaning stuff and a big old bag and everything. You know what I mean? Smiling,
Bone
happy that
souls ready. Once again, like, man, if a black man had walked around with a bone saw,
facts.
it
Facts.
would be a
Facts.
very different show.
And especially that they're freaking watching the house 24/7. Oh yeah, they would have been in there like wet on rice, you know. But again, it keeps cutting back to Tim Meadows and he's making his jokes and calling out names and stuff. I just really didn't like it. But this is where he's Vigilante's like, oh, you know, you should have called me. I needed your help. They go into the pocket dimension and they get the notification that they got the pocket dimension. And that's when they decide that they're going to send a crew and let Economist go to his party and have some fun. We're not going to tell him because he would probably tip them off. So I like the fact that they're not stupid, that he's a part of Peacemaker's crew and he will probably tell them. I think they're using him to get close to Peacemaker.
But
Like, you know what
he's
I
also
mean? Like,
using them too to know what they're doing.
agreed. 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 To try
And
and
I
stay
think
one step ahead of what's going on.
John Economos is kind of when we went to when you go into the party, like, he cares about them. He realized they care about him because usually he's just a loner because no one ever cared about him before. So he doesn't even trust that it's really that good relationship. And then the more he talks, the more he realizes how special this type of relationship is, and that he's on the inside now on the outside. He's so used to be on the
Agreed.
outside, Economos starts to realize, no, I'm part of this family. I think that that's why this part was important, that they recognize it before he even recognizes it.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. I agree. Then we switch back to Peacemaker and Vigilante, and they are in another ad.
He's in
So
another
hold on.
hey.
Well, I'm not paying for Crave, guys, so just gonna have to deal with the ads right now. I pay for too many streaming services. So I'm gonna let the ad play while we talk over it, because what happens is Vigilante goes into the room and with Peacemaker, Pocket Dimension, and they start cutting up the dead Peacemaker.
No, but
And I know,
you see all the body parts. You actually see the cutting. But so, in my opinion, I think what it is a metaphorical thing about him destroying himself. So like, this is yourself, and you are literally you're self-destructive. This is what you do. So you're literally planning out how you're going to destroy yourself, which is what's going to push him into the other universe, because in this universe he's self-destructive.
Right. I agree. And I definitely agree with the metaphor. I just didn't like this scene. I just thought, like, what are we doing here? Like, when I'm watching, like, what are we doing? Like, they're cutting him up to this musical montage and everything, and I'm just like, for what? It's a pocket dimension. You could have hit him anywhere.
You couldn't put him in one of the doors, one of the 99 doors.
You know what I mean?
Just threw him in one of the doors and call it a day.
He's dead. You could have threw him the door that creature goes in and out. You could have threw him in that door, right?
Yep.
And then make the creature have to deal with him or something like that. You know what I mean? It
I hate that guy.
Yeah, that was funny. Where the creature comes in, he's like, "Hey, who is that?" And he's like, "Oh, it's just some guy that never says hi." Like, you can see that it bothers him. You know what I mean? It bothers him. But yeah, so they do it. They cut up the body and they get rid of the old Peacemaker body. But now he's looking through. Okay, so Peacemaker's alternate self drops his phone. He picks up the phone and he could see the type of relationship that he has with Hardcore, right? And I think that shit made him jealous as hell, which is
100%.
That's what he wants. You know what I mean? That's what he wants. And I think, like you said, something's going to happen. Even though Hardcore opened up a little bit, or I think she's going to open up a little bit, they're going to have some sort of argument that's going to push him into that universe, right? So, and then they're going to have to obviously try and get him back, right? Which is going to make her.
I think something is going to happen with, he might even be mad at John. He's just going to walk away from this universe.
Right.
Says,
because
this one's so much better. I have my father. I got my brother. I have my girl. Everyone thinks I'm a hero. Why would I stay here when y'all think I'm a piece of shit?
And then, you know what? Hardcore is going to miss him. And she's going to want to get him back. And he's going to realize the grass isn't always greener on the other side. Yep. You know what I mean?
I think Hardcore's going to go and get all the rest of the 11th Street gang and say, we need Chris. We need to go get him.
Agreed. She's going to be the one to put everybody back together to go get him. I agree with that. So he's looking at the pitch. Oh, then we have the crew that comes in. And I'm with you, Brian. They seemed more like a comic booky type of joke business kind of assassination crew. You know what I mean? And I get it. Like, you want to put comedies and jokes in this stuff 100%, but there's certain things you can leave the jokes out of. You know what I mean? And this whole scene,
even when they're sitting in the truck, they're just telling jokes and all that stuff. And
yeah. Taika Waititi in it out. You know what I mean? It just got annoying to me. But they try to break into the house and they decide that they're going to, go in there, break in. Okay, so we cut.
No, this is Hardcore now. You're getting dressed up for the party, doing what she can do to look good for her friends, but also you feel like it's a little bit about Chris. Yeah, it's a little bit about him. She's like, she has that feeling. She wants to still look good, and everyone is that way, right? And even so John's picking her up, taking her around, take her to the party, but like she's trying to portray a certain hardness or image that is not really her anymore. But she wants to try to maintain that one that from season 1, and maybe that's why things are different in this season, because they're trying to portray something from season 1 that's no longer there. They have grown, and the only one dealing with that growth is Chris.
Agreed 100%. And you're right, because if it was just like the rest of them, she wouldn't have been fixing. Like, she literally did the fixing your hair in the mirror, making sure everything was good. You know what I mean? So, and she hosted the party, right? She wouldn't have done that in the first season. The Hardcore in the first season wasn't like, oh yeah, until the end where she started to open up. So she's hosting the party and she's excited to see Chris. She's just one of those hard people that just won't talk about her feelings. You know what I mean? Won't let her feelings in.
Toxic masculinity. They come in.
Facts. They go up to the roof, and again, another joke that I did not find funny, right? He's like, hey, give me a beer. And he throws him a beer and he drops it. Throws him another beer and he drops it. Like, I get it. You're trying to say he can't catch, but bro, come on.
Did you like the fact that Vigilante climbed up the fire escape step walking inside with her?
Yeah. And she's like, don't be doing that. You know what I mean? Because, hey, if you can do it, you might as well do it, bro. You might as well. So everybody ends up coming to the party. Peacemaker comes in there. There's a lot of hugging and laughing and dancing and joking. And I think this is where Brian's talking about, where you can see the chemistry and everybody actually getting along and showing that they care for each other. And this is the good stuff of this episode. You know what I mean? The
But
good,
this is what they do.
heartfelt stuff.
They did this to tear it apart.
Facts. 100%. 100%. Something is going to go down where they're going to tear it apart, and then you're going to have to bring it all back together again to the end of the season. Yeah, I agree. And you know what? I hope they do it in a way that's emotional. You know what I mean? They do it in a way that was like, oh shit, okay, I can feel that, right? I'm going to say it again. Twisted Metal, Axel's death. I felt that shit. You know what I mean? I felt it. I was like, oh,
stop saying he's dead. He's not dead. Axel is alive. I'm telling you.
I hope so too. And it's funny too, because I watched the interview with him and he said straight up, he was like, you know, they said his death, right? But he's like, you never know what happens in this. He wants to come back. He said he wants to come back and play Axel again because he loved the character. You know what I mean? So yeah, bring him back, bro. And the show, well, you know what? We'll talk about that when we.
I was going to talk about that show, and I was going to talk about something that is going to be a topic tomorrow that you're not going to like.
What we got? What we got?
You know who's coming back, right?
Oh my God! Yeah. You didn't even have to tell me. I know. I seen it somewhere, and I was like, Mike fucking Coulter. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yep. I was like, yeah, you and JG gonna hate that.
I seen it. Yeah. We definitely talk about that tomorrow because I got a rant about this guy. Oh my Lord. No, Mike Coulter, bro. No, Mike Coulter. We can't do that. So let me get to this because it's gonna go to another ad. Yeah, so remove that real quick. So far, like I said, I didn't think the episode was great. Oh wait, there's no ad? Huh. Okay, I didn't show that. Okay, interesting. Go ahead.
It just didn't push the narrative. That's all. So I mean,
yeah,
everything was just, you know, there are cool things that happen. There are things that are kind of cringy, whatever, but nothing really mattered in the idea of storytelling. And
agreed.
That's always a mistake.
100%. And even if they would have given us at least the last 5 minutes of where we begin to see where the plot is going, it's like, okay, now we got something to look forward to, right? We gotta wait till episode 3 to find out if there even is a fucking like a bad guy of this episode. Like, what are we doing here? I know Rick Flag's not gonna be the bad guy. It's gotta be something else, right? Now, if they do something where it's a reveal and it's like, oh my God, that's why they hid that for so long, I'll forgive what we got, right? But it's got to be something major to be like, oh, I can't believe they did that. You know what I mean? I just don't know what it would be though, right? Because I don't know nothing about Peacemaker from the comics. So I don't know who his villains are or who we're gonna fight or whatever. But if they give us something where it's like, oh shit, okay, I could get down with that.
Like he opens up this pocket dimension and Bizarro steps out.
Or something. Yeah. Facts.
Something to that part, you know. You see, now Bizarro is here through the pocket dimension that was introduced in Superman.
Facts. 100%. That would be fire. Or you could even, he doesn't have to be the villain, but you could tease like a Brainiac. He's running shit. You know what I mean? He's doing something over there. He doesn't have to be the villain, but you tease something big. And I just use him as an example because I know that's who he plans to use for Superman 2, right? Yep. But you just tease something like that or bring something like that to it. I'll forgive these 2 episodes right away. I will forgive them. So we move on to them going in to find out, you know, where this little bleep is coming from because they don't really know it's a pocket dimension. They go into the house, they see the door is illuminating this light, and they can tell that it's a pocket universe, right? Because after what happened with Lex and Superman, they're monitoring it. And again, it's a good opportunity to bring in like multiverse stuff. I know a lot of these movies don't want to, like at least Marvel wants to get away from the multiverse stuff, but it looks like James Gunn's kind of embracing it. So if you're gonna embrace it, embrace it. You know what I mean? Embrace everything that came before it, and just say simply, "This is multiverse stuff. Everything is connected, of course, in a multiverse." You know, you had the Snyder multiverse. You had just do something.
Would you be upset if they don't, if this is a very focused show that's only focused on Peacemaker, and it does not connect to a lot of stuff until the end? There's no real bad guy. The bad guy is Peacemaker versus himself. Him getting over his self-doubt, self-pity, realizing that he's important and that the things happen for a reason. And that's what the whole show is about. And then at the end, you still open the door to Brainiac. You open the door to, as I said, Bizarro. Like, you open the door to even Earth 2 stuff.
You know, I would be like, oh, that's cool, but I waited 10 episodes for this, or 8 episodes for this, or whatever episodes for this. You know what I mean? You got to give something to whet my appetite. You know what I mean? Give it like something. I don't care if he fights another freaking Starro or something like that. You know what I mean? But just give me something, right? I thought the butterflies were cool. I didn't have a problem with them as the villains, or sort of the villains in the show, right? I didn't have problems with that. I thought it was, and then when they did the thing that feeds them at the end, I enjoyed all of that stuff. I was like, okay, like I didn't have a problem
coming. Yeah, it was a twist.
Yeah, and I didn't have a problem with Starro. I know a lot of people had a problem with Starro. I didn't have a problem with Starro, and I liked the way he kind of portrayed it in a way where Starro was just minding his business, and you guys came and messed him up. You know, it took him from where he was doing, and that's why. So I enjoy that. So if you could do stuff like that, I'll be down. But just right now, I just don't see it. Okay. But as they're about to open up the door, we have Eagly, and Eagly comes in and wipes them all out. Pulls out dude's eye, slices her neck, has Tim Meadows on the ground. Like, he really went off on them.
Like, that was probably the best action sequence we've gotten in Peacemaker, period. Like
100%.
Eagly went John Wick on all of them. He was like literally about to, he was killing, but he didn't. I don't think he killed any of them. I think
I don't think he killed them either.
Yeah, he just injured them. Only person, the eyeball one. Yeah, you might have to retouch that. But I think Eagly still, yes, he didn't mortally, kill anyone.
I agree. I don't think anybody died too. And as much as it's an action scene, I wasn't a fan of it that much either, bro. To be honest with you, you know what I mean?
Because the idea of it is stupid still.
Yeah, no one could shoot the bird. You guys are trained assassins or whatever, like an elite force. You know they do shooting skills, right? These guys know how to adjust for wind and all that shit. You know what I mean? And you could shoot the bird. Dude had a shotgun.
What a shotgun could get the bird.
What are we doing here? I get it. It's Eagly. It's Eagly, but nah, it's just I don't know.
It's because Tim Meadows couldn't see what it was.
He thought it was a duck, right?
Man, that duck Daffy messed me up.
Yeah. I hope they kill him. I like Tim Meadows, but I hope he dies. I hope he dies. I was hoping Eagly would have killed him in this episode, to be honest with you. And I'd be like in Die Hard, in Die Hard when the feds came and the building blew up and it's like, oh, we're going to need some more FBI guys. Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. You know what I mean? Eagly wipes them out and then you see Rick Flag and he's like, oh, well, I guess we're going to need some more, assassins.
B team died, so let's bring the A team in, guys.
Yeah, we need another team, guys, because boy, but yeah, I know if you bring Tim Meadows into this show, you're gonna have him there for a minute. You don't just bring him in and kill him off. So we have conversations, and this is pretty
Wow.
much, yeah,
When Adebayo talks to Economos and tells him like, and Chris and and Harcourt, and he's like, Chris and Harcourt, really? Like this is
yeah,
what's really
yeah,
going on? She's like, yeah,
yeah,
I'm telling you, man, she's still trying to play hard to get, but I think she's starting to really have it. You see them over there having a conversation and talking. I thought this would have been the perfect time for them to have a real serious conversation together.
agreed,
But with
agreed.
see Harcourt and Chris and how they going to react to it.
Hardcore and Chris and Adebayo are gonna have a conversation. 100%. They're gonna have that conversation where she's like, he's madly in love with you, this and that. I can see that you love him too. And I think that will
Get over
probably be,
yourself. Yeah.
yes, you're pushing him away, and you're the reason why he's running off to this other universe, right? He ain't
Yep.
running off because he can't handle things here. He's running off because of you. He loves you, and you keep pushing him away. And then you go
keep
to
on
this
saying,
universe.
"Come on in. I want to have
Yeah,
this conversation," and then you shut the door on them. And
facts,
guy can only
facts.
deal with that for so long.
Facts. And then he's going over there where there's another one of you, and she is all over him. Like she sends the breaking heart emoji, right?
Yep.
To the other phone. So now you know how she feels about him. She's willing to open up. She's telling him she loves him. And you have this one over here that won't do it. So
Yep.
I think we're gonna definitely get into some of that. But I did like this. I did absolutely like this. And then now
And
we
then
get the ad. And now we get that. So pretty much we go back and forth to that. And I think Eagly when he hits Meadows, but nothing really else more happens in this episode. You know what I mean? We have it ends with the party, right?
Yeah, so that was the biggest thing is about the text message that Chris goes
Yeah.
back to his room and he pulls out the old phone and there's no connection, right? So he goes into the pocket universe, whatever, and then gets that
Mhm.
connection and gets that text message. And I think that was the whole thing.
Yeah, he gets the text message where it's like, oh, the heart emoji,
You're breaking
But
my heart.
yeah, exactly. And even like here, even when they're having their conversation here, she's kind of smiling, having fun, but she
She's
still does the toxic stuff,
Yep, she's still standoffish. She still holds up those walls and everything. She exactly what Tony's saying. She rather
Yeah,
suffer with her feelings
absolutely. And then I think
and not be
Adebayo's gonna help
vulnerable.
her.
That's
Yeah,
it. She doesn't want to be vulnerable,
she
and
doesn't
she
want to get hurt.
keeps finding herself vulnerable with him every
Yeah,
single time.
yeah. And she definitely doesn't want to get hurt, and also she's in this world where you have to be strong, you know what I mean, where you have to show, especially as a woman, right, you have to show that you're better than everybody else. And I think the problem with her is she's applying that to every aspect of her life instead of just her job, you know what I
Because
mean?
her
So
job was her life, and now she's lost her
yeah,
job, so she doesn't know
yeah,
how to rationalize what's going on.
good point, 100%, 100%. So yeah, so we get to why did I think I must have missed it, but did this guy take off his clothes?
Yeah, and that's what breaks the whole conversation.
Oh, he comes running out with his clothes off. What did he think? They were gonna have an orgy like that?
We all here.
Yeah, So yeah, I missed that part. I missed that part that he came running out taking off his clothes. But yeah, Peacemaker, he's kind of like, worried. He trips over, he picks up the
Drunk.
phone. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's drunk. Yeah. Goes into he typed hey. Did he?
Yeah, but it didn't
Okay.
send, right?
It didn't send. Yeah.
You're too far away, basically. You're in a different universe.
Yeah. But that's the iPhone. So the minute he goes into the Pocket universe and
It's
it
gonna
connects,
send.
iMessage is gonna send. Right. So he goes in there, he pops in, and you see she got the send. Hey, that's when she got it. Said hey, and then she sent the broken heart emoji.
Yeah.
And that's where the episode ends.
You broke my heart.
Yeah. So next episode he's gonna have a conversation with her. He's gonna go see what she's about, right?
I am so sorry for breaking your heart. And that, yeah. And then James Gunn's going to have to say cut because you can't have his wife getting too close to John Cena.
Can't be messing with my wife. No. Not gonna happen. But I mean, hey, if he's showing all these titties and butts and everything, let's see if you'll do that with your wife. Huh?
Yeah,
Let's see
no,
if James
there's
gonna.
no way in hell because all it's going to be is like something about to go down. You're going to see John Cena say, "You can't see me," and it just cuts.
Oh shit. But that's the end of the episode, guys. Wasn't really much to break down in this one. Again, it's just to talk about certain beats and emotional stuff, and I get it. I think that's what this episode was more about, was getting emotional attachments to the whole crew again and showing where their emotions are. But you need to give me more, bro. You need to give me more. Okay, you know what I mean? I need something. You don't even need to give me like, I know Daddy will say, "Oh, action, action, action." You don't really need to give me that, but it has to be
You have
interesting
to
while I'm
push the
watching what's going
narrative
on.
on. I think
Yes.
that's what you're saying. You're just saying the narrative needs to be pushed. You were very, scarce on doing anything really that we didn't already know from episode 1. Did anything happen in this thing that we didn't already know was kind of occurring from last
100%.
episode?
Yeah, nothing.
Did we know the 11th Street kids were liked each other? Do you know they still call us the 11th Street kids? Yes, we did. We knew that. Did Hardcore and Chris have that that weird dynamic? Did he have that problem in the other universe still during that time? Was Argus looking after him and studying him the entire time? Like the only thing we know is that Eagly's a badass. That's what we learned this episode.
Facts 100%. If Chris crosses the line with the other Hardcore, I wonder how this Hardcore will take it. He probably wouldn't tell her.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah, he probably wouldn't tell her.
He won't tell her specifically what it is. He'll just say, I found someone who enjoys me too, so I'm gonna go be with her.
But I think, I think what's gonna happen, he's gonna spend time with her and he's gonna feel something, and then he's gonna like kiss her and realize it's not the same woman.
I don't know if he's gonna ever realize that. I think it's gonna take her going after him for him to realize he wants her.
That could be a possibility too.
And then that the other Hardcore had a relationship with the other Chris, and that's not him.
You think she's gonna realize that that's not the Chris she knows, right?
No, I think that she's going to say something to him to make him realize that he's not the other one. It's like she says, I knew the first time I met you that we were going to end up together. And he has no idea what the hell she's talking about.
Yeah, I got you.
Make him realize that you were perfect for him, not for me.
Yeah, makes sense. I feel James loves comedy too much to push the narrative deeper, even though he probably can. I think he can.
He did it in Guardians. Guardians is the Guardians 3 is emotional. But Rocket,
yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Rocket was when he came back and they were all dead, bro.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Yeah. And even like coming in as a little, baby raccoon and everything, and yeah, he did a good job in that. I agree with you. He has the emotional stuff. He can do it.
He gave the emotion. He gave him, a lot of trauma, and he knew how to use it. So there were still jokes, but the narrative moved. I don't think in this episode, personally, that the narrative moved much. And I think that's the mistake. You can still do all these things as long as the narrative moves, and then you can do it any way you want to do it. But when it's basically a fluff episode, this is nothing that's going on. I don't like it. It's not for me.
Me neither. And you had the first 2 episodes. Even if you would have gave us something in the first episode and then had this episode like a fluff one, okay, at least you gave us something. But you gave us 2 episodes that did not move the plot on. We didn't learn anything new, right? Everything that we knew, we know. Like, you know what I mean? Like nothing new. There is I guess
nothing
Ric
from
Flair
episode 1
running Argus. Yeah. And nothing from season 1 to season 2, other than maybe Ric Flair running Argus now.
And that all of them don't have jobs.
Yeah, that's it. Pretty much.
And Chris can't be a hero. And I think that's what all you know. So
yeah, pretty much. Now I heard we're supposed to get more Guy Gardner. So I don't know. Maybe he factors in here somewhere.
They're gonna need I think the Justice Gang is going to need Chris. and that's going to push them to go get him out from the other universe.
Interesting. I think so. I think that would be interesting.
But it's going to be Hardcore. It's going to be the one that does it. She has to be the one because she's the one that's driving him away.
I agree. It only makes sense that she's the one that goes in there and gets him, right? With a push from Adebayo to let her know that, listen, you're the reason why we don't have Peacemaker here. You know what I mean? Because she may be too fixated on herself to realize that she's the problem. You know what I mean? So she's going to need someone to help get that push out there.
Ain't that just like a woman?
Again, guys, the views of Brian the Grizzly do not reflect the views of Bigger Ford Entertainment.
I've been married for almost 15 years.
He is 100%
This is just what it is. I've never met a woman that just naturally says I'm wrong.
Facts. 100%. Even when they know 100% they are wrong, they still do not fucking apologize, bro. They do it in different ways. You know what I mean? But they won't say, I'm sorry. I was wrong.
Because I'm not sorry. That's what she's going to say. Because I'm not sorry. That's why.
You know what they do? They're like, oh, well, I was right about the last thing we just fought about. You know what I mean? Like, no, that's not what we're doing here. You're not doing that.
Why you all bringing up old shit?
Facts. Could you guys see Hardcore becoming a hero or a government organization giving her another chance? Yeah. They're not gonna stay the way they are. Yeah. They may even start their own group, right? They may even start their own little group. That's what I see more happening than them going back to Argus or something like that.
She's gonna be the government liaison for their group, the leader. Right. But even though Chris is the leader, but she's gonna be the one that connects them with the government because she's dealt with them all before.
Yeah. And something that they're going to do at the end of this season is going to put them back in the good graces. Because remember, when he asked for a surveillance on Chris, she was like, oh, no, Chris gets a pass kind of because of what he did with the butterflies. He's like, nah, I'm in charge now. So there's going to be something at the end of the season that they do that's going to actually have no choice but to put them back in good graces. Now, will they be working with Argus again or working for them? No, but they may work with them. You know what I mean?
What do you think it's going to be? If you're going to guess, what do you think it will be that they do?
They're going to save the world again. I just don't know from what. That's the problem.
I think they're going to save something, but the reason, the way they end up saving it is by they're going to clear Waller's name. It's going to be an unintended, side effect. They're going to clear Waller's name, and Waller's going to resume her leading of Argus and get rid of Rick Flag Sr. He's going to be her subordinate, and then she's going to cover them and say, no, you cannot touch them anymore. And Adebayo is going to be back in the good graces of her mother, too.
Ooh, I could see Rick Flag actually joining them, right? If he ends up finding out that everything has to do with Waller and Waller's the reason, yeah, it's like, you know what? Peacemaker is because it seems to me like Rick Flag is like the do it by the book type of dude, right? Mm-hmm. Do orders, take orders. So when he finds out that Waller was the one that gave him the order to do whatever means necessary to get that hard drive, right? I could see him saying, you know what? F you, and then joining forces with Hardcore and Peacemaker and them. I could see that.
I like it.
I could definitely see that. He said, I wouldn't mind seeing them pop up in other DC movies. I think with what James Gunn is doing, there's a possibility that we will see a lot of these characters scattered out through some of the movies. You know what I mean? Possibly maybe even a Peacemaker movie. Maybe Rick tries to bring in the commandos to help them. Yeah, exactly. Because you got to remember,
your team. I'm gonna bring in
connected.
Mine.
Yeah, everything is connected, right? So it makes sense. It makes sense. What are your grades for this episode, Brian?
C+. C+.
Ooh,
so
that's good.
It's the average. It's a little bit above of an average terrible show, but it's a C+. Like you have a chance to get to like a B- B if this matters more. But as of right now, if you don't push the narrative, I can't give you anything more than C+.
I agree 100%. I was giving it a C. 100%. I was giving it a C. Tony said a 7. 7 out of 10. Tony, really?
7 out of 10. Technically, in school, that's a C.
Okay, so that's a C. Okay. All right. Yeah. So if you want to say I give it a 7 out of 10, if that's a C, I give it a C. Because again, for me, like Brian said, it didn't push no narrative. That's a issue for me. Like freaking every show we've watched had something pushed a narrative by the second episode. You know what I mean? Alien Earth, Twisted Metal, all of these shows, something happened and they're not pushing the narrative. They're stuck on this faction between them and stuff. So that's where the problem is. But it would have got a lot lower grade if they didn't have that little connection at the end, right? If they didn't show that, it would have got a I would have
You
got
would
a
say, then
D,
what the fuck
maybe
was
an
this
F.
point? Yeah, what was the point of
Yeah,
this episode?
yeah, 100%. So at least that was the saving grace for it. So that's the episode. We'll be back next week with another one. Tomorrow, though, and I'm gonna push it. Tomorrow will be the review. For some reason, I keep saying something else, but yeah, the rewind. That's it. The rewind. Oh my god, I keep saying the review, and even when I'm putting the intros together and I'm typing it to put the name, I'm putting the review. The review. Like, no, motherfucker, it's the rewind. It's the rewind. It's the rewind. So we'll definitely be talking about a lot of these things tomorrow. We got some great topics for you tomorrow. We're gonna have it all set up by tonight, and tomorrow we'll just be ready to go. So make sure to check that out. Broadcasted on 2 channels. 2 channels. So you guys don't miss it, right? And hopefully it'll generate our channels.
Yes.
Yeah.
We want to
100%.
just, honestly, we want to support each other and continue to grow. And sometimes the best way to grow is to collaborate. And we have a whole lot of fun. If we could bring everyone together and we all can enjoy this together, I think this could be a real fun show.
It's funny because last night while I was doing some work, I'm like, boy, Tank and them must be thinking I'm trying to steal Brian away from the spoiler. You know what I mean? Like Tank and Brian might be like, yo, what's going on over here, man? Every day these guys doing something. Okay, I see what you're doing, Anzo. I see. No, Tank, I'm not. I just feel like when you have friends and you make friends and you have people that you have chemistry with, that you should collab. You know what I mean? You should do stuff together and stuff like that. And that's what I feel. And I still have my brand. Brian still has his brand, right? But we just collabing together. It's like Red Man and Method Man.
Exactly. I can be Meth though. You can be Red.
No. We fighting over that. We fighting over that. No, Danny, I am not Red Man. I'm too black to be Red Man anyways. I am Method Man. Especially the way someone goes crazy over Method Man. There's no way I want to be Red Man.
Oh man, that's awesome.
I swear, TV popped on and his face was there, and I was like, "Look, yeah, I see this motherfucker. I see him, bitch ass."
Oh man.
Bitch ass from Method Man. You know what? Maybe I will be Red Man. Fuck that. You know what I mean?
You go ahead and be Red Man, and you got it. You got MTV Cribs. Like remember when Red Man did that?
Oh my god! And it wasn't even his house.
No, it was his house. He said all these other people doing it are renting houses doing MTV Cribs. F that.
Oh yeah.
This is where my mama's house lives.
Yeah.
I'm doing it in my real house. F you.
Yeah.
Look at how this.
Yeah, he did it in his real house. Yeah, that's right. He did it in his real house, and I was like, yeah, crazy. Those shows were funny. That and Pimp My Ride. When you go back and you realize that none of those cars fucking worked. You know what I mean? You
never see him driving away.
Facts. Dude was like, yo, I got this all big screen TV. Remember they put the freaking thing in the back, it comes out. And I was like, none of that worked. I was like, this didn't work. So it's funny. But guys, appreciate you guys for popping in. Much appreciated. We will be back tomorrow, so make sure you don't miss it. And we're gonna be clipping, right? So we're going to be making clips, dropping them on our channels too. So we're going to be trying to do a lot of things to promote the show, and not only just promote it, but to put clips together, because I know people like, oh, I'm not watching the whole show, but I watch a clip. So those things help too. So it's definitely going to be an interesting thing to watch tomorrow. Brian, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
You can find me here tomorrow. Be here.
Facts, 100%. And to be honest with you, you can find us on both channels tomorrow. So be there.
That's it. Exactly. So guys, this is gonna be great. I cannot wait. Please join us. Come in with your own comments. We want you kind of help us going, but we're going to time these segments to make sure that you guys can enjoy them the right way. So bring your stuff, bring your time, bring your own input, and we will have a whole lot of fun.
Absolutely. And it's good that we time in them too, because I think sometimes you could drag on too long, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. So we're going to time everything. It'll be an hour show, right? We're going to do an hour. We're going to try and keep it to an hour. Maybe go a little bit over a bit, but it's not going to be a 2-hour show. Definitely.
As long as you guys don't bring up T'Challa, we'll get that on time.
I know sooner or later, there will be a T'Challa topic, and I'm just gonna be like, you know what? No topics other than T'Challa for the whole hour, because I know that's what's gonna happen.
The anger, I will start having that vein in my forehead start pulsing.
You know what I mean? You just gotta say T'Challa, Chill's gonna pop up. Hey, T'Challa.
Exactly.
Oh, you know what I mean?
You say it 3 times, Chill pops up. Like
Facts. But guys, make sure to check that out. Peace, love, and hair grease, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.
I am inevitable.